I've had some feedback from a guy, let's call him Mark, who's been working on calming his excitement when it comes to sex, staying more in control. Now, if you have a tendency to feel too excited, too stimulated during sex, what he shared with me could be useful for you too. I'm an overthinker, and this has always been a problem when it comes to sex, says Mark, 42 years old and married. I have a vivid imagination and my excitement rises quickly. Now, Mark had looked at lots of self-help guides to lasting longer, and he knew about the relaxation techniques, taking deep breaths, moving more slowly, focusing on his wife's pleasure, etc. All good advice, but not working for him. When I tried to calm my excitement in the moment during sex, it felt overwhelming. I'm trying to do everything at once. Breathe, slow down, stay relaxed, relax my PC muscle, and stay hard at the same time. I couldn't do it. I always came within a minute. Now, I hear this a lot, and I get it. Guys feel a lot of pressure to get sex right. And it can be difficult to put all these things together, particularly when we're excited. Mark looked at my self-help course too, which also teaches the value of relaxed breathing and relaxing down into your lower body and your pelvic floor. But we learn to do this as a single move and to get used to doing it outside the bedroom when we're less excited. The cooldown technique, that second breath and the letting go, feels natural after a few goes. So simple, but I don't have to think about what bit to do next. Mark also took the advice to masturbate much more regularly, without porn, and paying attention to the feelings in his body. And he chose to use some coconut oil with interesting results. Masturbating every other day has helped keep my excitement levels in check. It's inevitable. And the scent and the feel of the coconut oil is like an aphrodisiac for me now, which actually helps. It reminds me of taking my time, lasting longer, feeling good. So what's not to like about that? Coconut oil, the cold pressed stuff in the little jar, that seems pretty good for enhancing sensation, and it's considered safe to use on sensitive skin. And I think Mark is creating a new association here, and it's a positive one with a sense of control. It's kind of empowering. This was a breakthrough for me. Masturbating regularly, practicing the cool-down technique, and noticing that my mind would wander, glancing out of the window, thinking about other stuff. I'm still having sexual thoughts too, but before it was all sexual thoughts and excitement. Now, I think this is more significant than it might sound. We're getting that excitement down, the arousal, the masturbation being turned on. We're making it feel a bit more routine, a pleasant activity, but not such a big deal. Oh, I'm looking out of the window during sex. Oh, look, there's a squirrel. Now back to the sex. I'm in this, I'm having it, but I'm looking around. This more laid-back mindset can be a revelation for some guys, and it makes a difference to how their body responds. It calms the excitement. It gets that balance of arousal and relaxation. We're noticing things. We're not all up in our own heads, rushing with dopamine and excitement. Routinely masturbating every couple of days, trying out the relaxation techniques, noticing what's going on around us, that will have a grounding effect. Sex feels different. I was able to use this headspace to think about my wife too, and fantasies and my own sexual experiences from the past. I didn't do that before. I was locked onto the porn on my phone, feeling more grounded during masturbation, being able to think about our own sex lives and our partners and all the sex we haven't had yet. That's compelling. That's positive. And it helps us to bridge the gap between staying relaxed during masturbation and managing our excitement during actual partnered sex. And every couple of days, we are reconditioning ourselves. And would you know it, Mark is enjoying sex with his wife for longer. I take it slower a lot of the time, and I do the cool down. I breathe down through my body before I feel like I need to. And I even use the open focus technique, which brings down my excitement too. And if I relax too much and I lose my erection, I pleasure my wife and I think about that coconut oil. There's that coconut oil again. It's interesting, isn't it? From 1 minute before to 8 minutes or so now, we find we don't usually need any longer than that. So there we have it. Direct quotes from Mark, and thanks to him for letting me share this. And like I say, if you're working on your own personal development project here, I hope this gives some insight into how it works out. Thank you for watching.